welcome you all. This is Dr. Deepo R. I welcome you all to the subject management and entrepreneurship for IT industry. In the last class, I gave introduction to entrepreneurship, the difference between entrepreneur and entrepreneurship, the difference between entrepreneur and manager. Now, in this session, we will see some of the types of entrepreneurs. We can classify entrepreneurs in many ways. We will see those different types of classification. Dan Hoff, an American, has classified entrepreneur into 4 different types based on the economic development stages. They are innovative, imitative, Fabian and drone entrepreneurs. There are 4 different types of entrepreneurs. Now, what is these innovative entrepreneurs? Who are these innovative entrepreneurs? These are the people who bring something new into the market. Either it can be a new product or it can be a new process of developing same product, but a different process. As the name itself indicate, innovative entrepreneurs are those who bring something new into the system. Innovative entrepreneurs are mostly seen in developed countries where there is already an existing system, where they can create some innovations, where they can come out with some new things. So, a proper conducive environment should be there. So, innovative entrepreneurs are those who get into the market with aggressiveness because they have their own originality. So, Apple is a very good example for innovative entrepreneurship. Steve Jobs is an innovative entrepreneur. They are very aggressive. Need not be a new product. Need not be a new product. They can come out with a better process of producing same existing product. Next, we have imitative entrepreneurs. These are the people who follow or adopt the innovations from innovative entrepreneurs. Already there are so many products existing in the market. Coming out with entirely new is be difficult every time. So, some entrepreneurs, they believe in following with different brands, but they try to acquire the market of innovative entrepreneurs. For example, the mobile phone industries. Already there are so many companies who manufacture mobile phones. Initially it was Apple that gave us the concept of mobile phones, but later you see a lot of companies coming out with their own brands by occupying the market of others. We have companies like Vivo, Oppo, all these companies, they create similar products by adopting the features from other existing phones, but they are not innovative. They are just adaptive. They adopt the features of other existing phones. So, this kind of entrepreneurs are seen mostly in developing countries where there is no proper conducive environment to invent something new. Now, the next type of innovators are Fabian innovators, who are cautious and skeptical in nature. They don't want the environment to change. They change themselves only when there is a need, only when there is a requirement. In fact, they don't introduce something new into the system, but follow what is being done as a tradition, what is being done from the ages. They just take ahead the business that was established long back. And these entrepreneurs, they just follow what is being taught. Fabian entrepreneurs, they don't adopt themselves to changing environment, changing needs. They just go ahead with the flowing water. They just pass on with the existing names. And these entrepreneurs, they change themselves to the new environment whenever there is a need, whenever there is a compulsion, otherwise they don't change. For example, we all are into online teaching now because of this COVID situation. Otherwise, we would have not entered into the stream of online education in India. Now people use Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx, Microsoft Team. There are plenty of tools which were available even before, but those tools were not being used by most of us. But now, because of the environmental changes, we are all pushed to this online education system. The next type of entrepreneurs are drone entrepreneurs. They have lot of resistance to changes. They don't change in spite of the change in the demand, in spite of change in the surrounding environments. For example, Ideal Java did not do any research on why people are moving to different brands. They kept on going ahead with their own vehicles. That led to the closure of the company. This kind of entrepreneurs prefer to die rather than adopting the changes. They are too traditional in nature. You must be knowing that the very first digicam or digital camera was proposed in a company, Kodak, but people there, the entrepreneurs of Kodak, they said why we should suffer losses because of digital market, digital phones or digital cameras, when we are having lot of revenue out of the print photographs. Now you see where they stand. People have moved towards digital cameras from analog cameras. Now nobody goes to make print of their images. But initially it was suggested, and if it was taken up by Kodak, it would have grown. But they did not move towards the digital technology. Same is applicable to company Nokia. Initially, some years back, it was in great demand. Nokia phones were seen everywhere. They were in the market. They had occupied the complete market, but when there was a need to change, they did not change. They did not shift towards Android. Now, because of lack in Android operating system, people started to reject Nokia phones, which were good, but now they have included Android into their mobile phones. But initially, if it was done, they would have survived for a very long time. Based on the type of business, we have so many different types of entrepreneurs. Now we have business entrepreneurs who are traditionally or who are into business. We have trading entrepreneurs who believe in trades. There are industrial entrepreneurs who set up huge industries, manufacture products like Tata. Corporate entrepreneurs like Narayan Murthy of Infosys or Ajim Premji, they run corporate. We don't call Wipro as an industry. We don't call Infosys as an industry. It is a corporate. Now we do have agricultural industries who invest on agricultural lands. There are many people who grow, who earn lakhs together through their agricultural land out of scientific agriculture, by adopting scientific agriculture. Now there is retail entrepreneurship. We do have service oriented entrepreneurship. IT companies, most of the IT companies in India, they provide services to others. Service may be in terms of maintaining the product, in terms of teaching the customers how to use the products over a period of time. There are two types of IT industries. We can see some are called as product based companies, where people actually come out with their own products. They sell, they earn out of their products. Most of the companies here in India are service based. They provide service. Why so many people move to other countries? Because companies there like people like us to give services. We provide services to them. If some company require some people to provide service, they recruit from Indian base. So these are different types of entrepreneurs based on the type of business. Based on the type of technology people use, they can be classified into technical, non-technical, professional, high-tech or low-tech entrepreneurs. In technical, entrepreneurship will be on highly technical, skill oriented. An entrepreneur needs to have very good hold on the technology in technical entrepreneurship. Whereas there are a lot of areas where there is no need to know technology to become entrepreneur. So they are non-technical. For example, in the textile industry. Textile industry is an area where we don't require very big or very high technology. Whereas if we are launching some satellites into the space, then such experiments require technical knowledge. If we are into the area of manufacturing electronic goods, then it is called as technical. If it is non-technical products, then it is non-technical. Now there are other entrepreneurs too, like professional entrepreneurs. It is an area where professionals, they acquire lot of skills, lot of knowledge and train, give information to others. And high tech and low tech are the areas where very high technology or not that much of knowledge in the technology is required, but the concept of technology is needed for knowing. According to the area of entrepreneur, an entrepreneur can be classified as urban entrepreneur or rural entrepreneur. So if I am setting an industry in a location like Bangalore, urban areas, then I am an urban entrepreneur. If I set some business, if I start some business like handlooms in villages, then I become rural entrepreneurs. Based on the nature of entrepreneurship, based on where I set my industry, it becomes either urban or rural. Based on the gender, age, we can classify entrepreneurs as men, women, entrepreneurs. Again, based on the age, we can classify them as old entrepreneurs, new or young entrepreneurs or middle-aged entrepreneurs. So there are different types of entrepreneurs. A new class is emerging by name Intrapreneurs. When some strong people leaves an organization, instead of finding such people from outside world, a company would like to identify one of its existing strong hand from its employees pool and give the opportunity to that person to emerge as an entrepreneur, but from an internal source. Intrapreneurs is something new into the intrapreneurs is a created entrepreneur, but only those who are having abilities, who are having capabilities, who are capable Only those who are capable in their organizations are selected, they are promoted to run the industry or to run the organization by existing set of entrepreneurs who are running that. When some people, some top level people quit an organization, then finding similar people from the other places will become a bit difficult. To avoid that, people think of recruiting or promoting, people think of promoting their own employees to the level of entrepreneurs, and they are called as intrapreneurs. Intrapreneurs will not have complete hold on the organization because they are not the initiators, they don't subject themselves to all the losses, but still holds the responsibility. Now let us see why people, most of the people, they don't opt to become entrepreneurs. What makes in them not to become entrepreneurs? What avoids them from becoming entrepreneurs? There are 4 major areas which are the main causes of not promoting entrepreneurship. The very first one is environmental causes. See, lack of raw materials. These are the barriers to entrepreneurship. Suppose if I want to start a factory to manufacture cricket bats, I cannot start it in area like Mysore because for that I require a special type of wood called as willow trees wood, which are grown only in Kashmir or some places nearby that area. In Kashmir I can start factories which can manufacture cricket bats because there we get willow wood easily because they are all grown there. Whereas if I want to start a factory or an industry which manufactures cricket bats in Mysore, I need to get raw materials from remote place like Kashmir, which I don't prefer due to cost, due to transportation problems. So there are a lot of reasons. The moment I think I should start something new, I cannot start because of lot of barriers. One of the main barrier for that is the environmental, the lack of raw materials in my place where I want to start my business. Labors, I cannot all of a sudden start some business because getting raw materials is important, and if the raw materials are closer to my place, I get it at cheaper cost. Otherwise, I have to invest on transportation. Next, labor. See, why most of the IT industries are set in Bangalore or in southern states of India, why not in some other places like UP or Bihar? Because the preferred qualification or the knowledge and skill for software engineer you will see here in southern regions, whereas we don't get such qualified people in other places. So getting proper laborers is one of the main barrier to entrepreneurship. And even machineries, whether I get proper machinery or it is a bit difficult, who will operate those machineries, technicians, getting those technicians, all those things must be planned. Because of lack of all those things, people may not start their business. And the most important, to start something, I should have something in terms of infrastructure, in terms of land. Suppose if I want to start any industry, I should possess my own land. Tomorrow some other people should not claim this land belongs to me, so return to me, like that. And in such cases, I don't just lose land, I will be losing even the entire business. So possessing proper land and infrastructure, possessing required labor, possessing required machineries and the required raw materials, they are all very important. If there is a lack in any of these, I won't be able to succeed in my business. So, that is one of the major barrier to an entrepreneurship. The second one is financial. Running an industry requires lot of funds, but most of the people who wants to start may not have sufficient fund. If you look at Dhirubhai Ambani or the Jamshedji Tata, they did not start their business as the richest people. You look at even Bill Gates, he was not very rich when he started Microsoft, but now he is rich. People like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Jack Ma, Dhirubhai Ambani, Jamshedji Tata, they are all examples for us. They are all role models who teach us that money is not the major criteria, but still many people, they don't start their ventures because of this reason, because of not having enough funds. If I have land, I will not have money over that. If I have money, I may be having shortage of some piece of land. So, lot of barriers exist, but out of them the financial barrier is the biggest one. More than the financial, maybe it is a psychological block that I don't have that much of amount to invest. That thought in one is the biggest barrier. Now, I am coming to that, the personal barrier of an entrepreneur for not becoming an entrepreneur. Now, let us look at the personal barriers of a person which blocks him from becoming an entrepreneur. Lack of self-confidence. If an entrepreneur is with self-confidence, he can cross the other barriers like environmental barriers, the financial barriers. They are not the biggest hurdles. The biggest hurdle for a person to become entrepreneur is the lack of self-confidence. See, lot of people have become great entrepreneurs out of their self-confidence, not because of having lot of finance and availability of raw materials around them. It is because of self-confidence. And maybe I have self-confidence, if I don't have motivation factors around me, which motivates me in starting a business, I may not start. See, motivation is very, very important. I would like to tell you the story of Jack Ma. He was poor, he had nothing, he was guide in China, but as a guide, he used the opportunity guiding the visitors in China. He used to interact them with his broken English, broken language. Some used to invite him to their native countries. So, he did not miss those chances. He went to America and he saw computers, internet for the first time there. He asked, what is this? What it will do for me? And his friends, his American friends said, these are computers, they can do any work for you. Here is an internet which finds any information for you. You have to type what you want. It will get you what is needed. So, he typed, Jack Ma typed China. Not even one page of China was available at that time in internet. So, he was shocked. He took that as an opportunity. He came back, he interacted with his friends, but most of them did not motivate. Most of them, they did not motivate. They said, no, what you are planning, the online marketing business, it will not succeed in this environment. It will not succeed in China. That was the statements given by most of his friends. But still, he had energy to boost, energy to fly up, fly high. So, he started. But if he would have taken the words of his friends in China very seriously, he would have not started his business. So, having self confidence in one is very, very important. We all see that great people like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, they used to carry the missile on bicycles, but later they launched missiles, they became great, but at the initial part of the life all have to struggle, and most of us need motivations, otherwise we do not start anything. Motivation in terms of success rate, and more than all the patience. Patience is quite important. An entrepreneur needs to have patience. If I fail in the very first stage, I am not supposed to withdraw. I should not withdraw myself from the competition, because all the major success happen only after many failures. All of a sudden people cannot win. Winning is the last option. Before that people have to lose, they have to struggle, they have to fight. So, having patience about the coming market, coming generation is very much important. The big difference between most of the failed industries and the successful industries lies in how much they put the effort, how much effort they put on their innovations and R&D. If you look at companies like Philips, Samsung, Apple, there is a separate unit called as R&D section, where people keep on innovating new things. They look at the rising demands in the market, they alter their products, change their products to the changing environments. That kind of R&D, if it is not going on in any industry, then they are at the verge of collapse. They will definitely collapse because of no research, Research is very, very important for any organization to grow. Indian industries, if they are not successful, this is the one main reason, because they do not invest, they do not put themselves on R&D. And there are some social barriers connected to the traditions, religious matters, that as a so and so religious person, I am not supposed to start this business, I am not supposed to do this kind of job. There are some barriers from my background, like there are some barriers imposed because of one's religion, one's country, one's caste, all those things becomes barriers. One example, most of the Jains, they do not start business related to cow slaughtering or fishing related or goats slaughtering. Okay, we will continue in the next class. Thank you.